gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
This video is sponsored by Built for War K9. Be sure to add Built for War K9 on your Instagram for your next ultimate pet pal.
Welcome back to your favorite channel. It's your boy PBK9s giving it to you like I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Like I always tell my brothers and sisters out there, don't forget to hit that like button. Go ahead and hit it like I always tell you. And drop down in the comments like your brothers and sisters always do. I got a great interview for you tonight. Big salute to all my dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world, from one side of the country to the other side of the country. We're about to get into some of that dog talk, just some life talk in general. I got my boy Samurai Kennel in the building today. How's it going, big dog?
Shoot, man. Can't call it, might call it, man. How you holding up?
Can't complain, man. I can't complain. Trying to make it. You know, let's get that interview jumped off, man. First thing I'm gonna ask you, how the family doing, man?
Man, they doing good. And honestly, at my door, I had to lock my door because my youngest, he over there trying to get in here now, trying to get on the camera. Yeah,
okay.
man.
Okay. Yes, sir, man. I hear that. I hope everybody doing good, man. Now
Yes,
I heard you say the Panthers lost. So how long you a Panthers fan?
Yeah, man. Hey, I was mad at you when you said you was a Cowboys fan too. I say,
I ain't messing no Cowboy, bro. Listen, hey, I ain't mean to cut you off this now, bro.
You good?
My daddy was Redskin fan. I was born a Redskin.
That's what it was.
I started liking Tom Brady when Tom Brady came in the Patriots and all that, because I was kind of out of football then. But I was born a Redskin with Joe Theismann and all them back in the days. And my family a Redskin fan, so being a Cowboy, boy, I wouldn't be able to go home for Thanksgiving, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
And see, that's why I messed up, because I know the Cowboys and Redskins, they always win at it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, part of me from missing that one up, but yeah, man. But it should be a Panthers fan nonetheless, man. Nonetheless.
Hey, you been a Panthers fan since they came to the spot down there?
Yeah, because they've been a team. You know, I ain't number 34, so they've been a team pretty much my whole since I can remember. Yeah.
You're right about that. Now, man, I want to ask you this, man. When it comes to the military, what or who made you go to the recruiting office that day, the day you went?
Man, it's gonna be real awkward, but I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. And I used to, even when I was a drill instructor, I used to tell my troops this. I say, man, I joined the military because I wanted to travel and meet women, bro. You know, my grandfather was in the military, my daddy was in the military. That was my reason for joining.
Yeah.
They didn't want me to join. They told me, you know, the military ain't no place for no brother, you know. But I wanted to travel and meet women. And at the time, that 2008 Dodge Challenger had just came out when it first came back. And I said, I'm getting one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's how it happened.
It worked out for you good.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So did you go to Fort Bennett for OSUT?
No. So that would be Army. So because you know they got Fort Jackson, Fort Bennett, and Fort Leonard Wood. I went to San Antonio to Lackland Air Force Base. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I was doing a little research, so I was trying to figure out I know you in the Army branch, and how you feel about them 4 branches? Army the best branch?
Well, it depends on what you want. You know, keeping it G with you. You know, for everybody who's gonna hear this, keeping it G with you. If you want good treatment, go to the Space. If you're smart enough, go to the Space Force. They're the newest one, which means all our money going toward them.
Yeah.
If you want to feel like how it used to feel, go to the Marine Corps. The Army, Air Force, and Navy, you know, they're pretty common kin in how they treat their people, feed us about the same, pay us about the same. But on the far ends of the spectrum, you know, if you want that cush life, go to the Space Force. And that's the truth. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, was it ever a time in the beginning that you thought you made the wrong decision?
Yeah.
When you first joined in?
Yeah, man. So coming up, man, and you know, we both from the Carolinas, man. We talk how we talk. You know, even the term "bow," you know,
Yeah.
from being from Robinson County, you know, the term "bow" is a thing we use, man. And when
Mm-hmm.
I got in, I didn't realize how country I was until I got in there, and
Yeah.
I felt out of place. I felt like I was too black to be green and too green to be black. You know, because it's just like if a brother go to the police force, you know, it's one of them things where you can try your best to be yourself, but certain things you used to do will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
so you know, I used to draw. You know, my N word this, my N word that. That's how we talk. You know, that was normal talk, and it was acceptable as long as you was a person of color.
Yeah.
But I got there and I realized even saying that to other people of color can get you in trouble. So you know, it was a real wake up call, bro. And about my 4 year mark, because there's the day you enlist, that's when you sign your contract, but there's the day you join. The
Yeah.
day I joined was in 2013 when I went to Kuwait and I was overseas, and I realized it didn't matter what titles or what people knew me in the streets. When I'm overseas, don't nobody care. Don't
Yeah.
nobody care. And that was the day I really joined. Three and a half years in was when I really joined the military, man. Just keeping the G with you.
3.5 in.
Yeah.
All right. Now that's kind of answering the question I'm about to ask you next. In a way, you know, I was gonna say, how long was it before you actually seen a change in yourself mentally from when you
That's
left?
That's a good question, bro. Now keeping the G with you during that trip, okay. Nobody's ever asked me these questions in this level before. So I want to say this is a good chance to do it. So when I first got in, I made rank fast because growing up I wasn't hood. I was raised privileged, but I was one of them boys that wanted to be in the hood.
Yeah.
So I put myself in situations I didn't necessarily need to be in, but it prepared me for military life, right? When I got to Kuwait, I met a brother from Baltimore, Maryland. His name was Donnell Owens. You know, he's retired now. And part of how I interacted on the internet came from that brother.
Yeah.
When I got there, I was still rough around the edges, you know, fighting people and all kind of everything. The Antoine Fisher story, that was me coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, "Come here, man." You know, and he pulled me to the side, man. And in Kuwait they have a boxing ring, you know, and I couldn't beat him. I ain't never been trained to box. He could box for real. And so after he outboxed me, man, I started listening to him. You know, 'cause I wanted to learn how to beat him. That's what I really wanted to do. But
Yeah.
he said, "Man, you out here, you think you tough, but what you really doing is coning." You know, and when I came back, you know, I was there for 7 months. When I came back, my cousins and them said they thought they put a Gucci man on me. They said, "Man, they done cloned you, bro. You ain't the same person you was when you left here, man. They done cloned you. You acting all weird and talking different and stuff."
Yeah.
But it happened because I didn't have all that influence. Because remember, Hirsch, my first assignment was back in North Carolina, where I'm from. So I
Okay.
never had to grow up. I was a 19-year-old with money, could get any girl I wanted from high school. All the girls that I thought I wanted in high school, I knocked them off. So it was a lot of opportunity. I never needed to grow up until I went there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I ain't gonna stay in the military too long, but I do got some, you know, some questions, you know. Now, you say you did your tours overseas. Now, my question here is, do you remember what was on your mind when your foot stepped on a foreign soil? And do you remember what was on your mind when your last foot was leaving to come back home?
Yeah, I do, man. And so keeping the G with you, man, I've always tried to be as authentic as I can. Hirsch, I was scared, bro. You know, because all I knew about overseas, one, I never wanted to go there. If I could see it on Google, I didn't need to go there. All I wanted to go was Miami, California, New York,
Mm-hmm.
and party with them folks up there. So when I got there, everywhere I looked, I thought I was going to get blowed up, you know, just being real.
Yeah.
And I was there for 3 weeks before I did my first convoy all base. And that morning they said, you know, you got a 0315, 3 a.m. in the morning, 3:15 in the morning wake up call. You going off base for the first time. And when I tell you, my heart was in my stomach, bro. I'm like, man, I'm gonna die over here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make it, man. Everything they told me about the military is right. And we did that convoy, and I seen that sun come up, bro, and over the sun dunes, and you could hear the Muslims. They do their prayers on Friday mornings. They do their prayers, and you could hear it.
Yeah.
It sounded like the opening scene from The Mummy or something. I said, man, this is something different. So when I came back to finish that question you asked me, when I came back, that experience, I was at the time I was 22, 23. and all my friends that went to college was graduating college, and most of them had never been overseas. So I realized in that moment that I was different because there was people who wanted to be where I was at, you know, and that was when I realized it was something different.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I had a question I was gonna ask that when you said something just now and it made me think about it. What got you through the hard times over there when it started getting rough, or when you first got there and things was a little rough? What got you through that?
So I'm a Christian, man. You know, I believe in God, man, and I profess Christianity through Rastafari. But like being real, my mama, I was raised African Methodist Episcopal Zion. That's that's down
Yeah,
south, down south church. And so anytime I get stressed, I always go to prayer. But being real with you, the day I went to basic training, my grandmother died. So anybody who passed on before me, I'm the only example of them that the world gonna see. So anytime I get into hard times, I think about, man, I don't just represent who I am. I represent all the people that came before me, bro. And knowing that level of weight on my shoulder made me operate the way I need to operate.
yes, sir. I hear you on that, man. I hear you on that. Now, I heard you say you had some Malawas before.
Yeah.
How do you like that breed?
Hey, man. So when I got them, how's my audio, by the way? Is it good for you?
Yeah, you perfect.
Okay. So when I got them, I went to I was in Afghanistan when I found out about them. That I could actually get one. I
Yeah,
seen them in Kuwait when I was back in 13, but this is 18 now. And there's a lady by the name of Gina. She down in Anderson, South Carolina, and her husband is a retired Army vet, and he went down to Texas, the military breeding grounds, and he
yeah.
got him a pair of them. And I was kind of mad at her because I bought the dog sight unseen from Afghanistan, and the one I thought I bought, she had a picture of the litter. And she had one with ears already standing up looking good. And
Yeah.
then she had one with his ears hadn't stood up yet. And so when I got to her house, the one I thought I was getting the one she let me get. But the one I got, by that time, his ears were starting to stand up, and his name was BJ. Now, mind you, during the same time frame, I've been going to school online to learn my dog training stuff, but I never really applied the training side for my dog. I had been in the bite suit before to get bit by other people's dogs in the military, but never had my own dog to raise from a puppy.
Yeah.
So when I got him, the first things I started noticing was, man, this dog really reminded me of pits, with the exception of the pain tolerance weren't there, and there was way more. This dog was barking and growling at people at 10 weeks old, barking and growling at people and acting crazy. But as far as the speed that he did things with me, he'd run a flirt pole, he'd do all that stuff just like a pit. And so I was like, man, that really inspired me about that specific breed of dog.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now the Malawa is something else. Now,
Yeah.
now I want to ask you this: are there any pit bulls that's actively in the military that you know of?
Not in the American military. In Bolivia, they do have some down in South America, and they use them for a lot for bomb detection, not necessarily the bite work or the apprehension work, because a lot of them do have a problem with outing, But as far as the U.S. military, we breed our own stuff or import them from K and PV lines, and so it's typically Dutch Shepherd, Malinois, and German Shepherd.
Okay. Yeah. No, what made you get into the samurai lifestyle?
So growing up, I had an uncle that was Army, and he served most of his tour in Japan. So when he came, he had the samurai swords and the Japanese beer and the sake whiskey and all that good stuff, man. And he used to show me all the kung fu movies and martial arts movies. And one of my favorites was called the Samurai and the Cradle, or the Samurai and the Stroller. And it's this dude called Ito Igami, and it's his little son and him. And they always trying to kill him. They always trying to take this man out. And all you want to do is leave. All you want to do is be left alone. And he always fighting. And so that was my first thing about learning about the samurai. And then just going overseas when I finally went to Korea, I had to go through Japan through Hachinohe and Misawa. And when I saw them they do some of the old school changing of the swords where the old guards will come off and the new guards will come on. And I said, man, them brothers is sharp. Them brothers are sharp. And that really inspired me to want to understand them more. And then that movie Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai with Forrest Whitaker was also kind of like how I see a hood guy take that samurai culture and make it something we can use.
Yeah, I seen that movie, but I couldn't tell you what it was about now, other than the samurai when you said the Ghost Dog. But I seen it a while ago. Forrest Whitaker was in it.
Yeah,
I seen now I was looking at a movie on YouTube not too long ago, man. It was I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to your Facebook. It was a samurai movie, but it's like it wasn't a movie with like famous actors or nothing like that. It was kind of like a breakdown of the whole samurai culture and all that stuff. And it was almost like 2 hours long or something like that. And it got real interesting. I started it off and I started playing it and I was just listening to it. It was basically explaining like how the samurai was kind of equivalent to the special forces or something like that. And Japan or wherever they was at. So I started watching it, and I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep on it, man. It was interesting, you know what I'm saying? It's long. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna find it and send it to you. Maybe already seen it before, but it just got a bunch of stuff in it, man. Stuff you probably already heard before. Now let me ask you this now. What made you start or get the idea for the Digital Dog Show?
So 100% transparency. Y'all, you ever heard of Captain Forrester, True Game Dogs down in Florida?
Not myself, I haven't.
Okay, so he got some dogs from Tom Garner called Mama Kusa and Red Plague. They the Frisco Spike dogs like I like. I always give you shit about the Frisco Spike stuff, but pardon my language too, man. I don't mean to mess it up, but just talk freely. But so he actually threw one first. He was the first person to throw it. And so during COVID, he didn't have a good turnout. So he gave up on it because he spent a whole bunch of money and it didn't have a good turnout, but it didn't get really publicized well. So I reached out to him and said, hey, man, that was a great idea. I would like to take it and push that forward. And he said, man, use it. Go ahead and use it, bro. And so shouts out to Captain Forrest, the True Game Dogs, man. A real bulldog down in Florida.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, if it look like I ain't looking at you, I'm looking at you at the camera. I keep catching myself because I'm looking at you on the screen, but the camera is not on the screen. So that's why I have to keep looking up at the camera sometimes.
Same thing here, bro. Cause my camera over to my left side over here on the iPad. Yeah, you good.
So when I'm looking down like I'm looking now, I'm looking at you. Actually, I'm looking at you on the computer now. And then I have to look up to look at the camera,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let me see here. Now, when is the next one?
So the next one is September 30th.
September 30th.
Yes, sir. And it's free to enter, but I need all the entries in by September 27th so I can put them all together in a video, and that way the judge can come out and judge them, and then we can release the results on the September 30th. But I got a question for you now. Because a lot of people don't know this, but you was the first ever person to host the Digital Dog Show. And a lot of people don't know that, because a lot of them found out about. We was both smaller channels back in 2021 than we is now.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it then, man. I appreciate it then. And like I said, I told you then, I felt like, like I heard All Will, that's who you had interviewed the other day, right?
Yeah.
All Will, I heard him say something, and I agree 100% with what he said. It's something special, man. That Digital Dog Show, whether I said that a year or so ago or whenever, whether it jump off now or 5 years from now, it's something special, and it's gonna get you to get where you wanted to be at. Whether it is right now or not, just keep on pushing with it, dog, because it's unique. It's an idea. Whether you got the first idea or not, you ran with it. You pushing it. You going through the struggles, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the criticisms, everything, and you still pushing forward with it. So keep doing it, man. It's gonna be big because, like I said, me myself, you got the Westminster shows, you got all these different shows, and it may be on TV, but the people have to be there. This the only show where you can, like the brother say, you can be anywhere in the world and you can perform and get your dog seen and out there, without even going away in actuality. You know, you don't got to worry about trying to leave your house and get somebody to watch the dogs or get somebody to do this. You know, it's convenient for a person. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, one thing I'll say about convenience now, you know, and I don't got nothing to do with, you know, that situation because that's you, you know. But when it comes to convenience, there's always a tag on that. You know, it's always something extra. You know, like the convenience store, it's higher than Walmart because the convenience of being around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, you know, when it comes to this, man, brothers and sisters really got to understand. That's why I say about the ADBA shows and stuff like that, going to the actual shows. When you get on the digital dog show, you know you got an opportunity to do something. A lot of thousands and millions of dog brothers aren't doing, or they got the opportunity to do it, but they're not doing it, whether they hating or just don't know about it or just not into it. When you do it, your dog gonna be on TV. Your dog gonna, you know, it's a chance your dog can be a household name just off of competing in your dog show and the convenience of your dog being a household name without even leaving out your yard, without even really going from state to state and all kind of stuff. If a person got a good enough dog and they look good enough and they can win that show maybe more than one time over and over and become a champion, you know, he becomes a name that people know. Like right now, I haven't talked to Gas Go in a long time, but I still remember Demon. You know, I don't remember the last dog that won, but I know it was a female. I think I want to say that Gas Go had, and maybe name was Honey. If I ain't mistaken, it could be the wrong name, but I know I remember the first one. And you know, he didn't have to leave out his yard to do nothing to get that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm way over here in South Carolina, so the convenience of getting a person dog known in that manner should be worth, you know, certain things to brothers. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have no problem with a brother kicking anything out, man. You know what I'm saying? We say 5 and 10 and 15 and 20 and stuff like that. And that's why I say I'm really talking too much right now because I don't want to sound like I'm in your business or anything like that. But when it comes to what you're doing, dog, $50 is not even too much. You know what I'm saying? If a brother's serious about showing his dog and you got prizes, not you got prizes and recognition through TV and all other kind of stuff. You know, it's worth it, man. Brothers will pay $50 and $100 for a logo or something like that to be made and just dumb stuff. You know, and StreamYard done went up double the price they was.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, boy, I'm about to go. I got this the last month I'm on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I got another platform that's a little bit cheaper and it's better. You know, and it's probably about the same price, but to me it's better because I can, you know, do more things with it. But I just found that out the other day. I'm like, boy, look here, boy, it's caking up here now. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep this thing going, man. And I appreciate you rocking with me tonight, man. And I want to say to all the brothers and sisters down in the chat, y'all hit that like button up. You got the one and only, no other than the brother Samurai Kennel rocking with the Bay tonight. You know, now what do you think is the biggest myth when it comes to the pit bull?
Oh man, I would say I think the biggest myth or the biggest confusion is brothers thinking that they can only do they're only good if they in the box, man. I would think that's the biggest myth. You know, I would say that honoring the worth of the breed, the box is the way to prove the breed, and I will never disrespect that. But thinking that they can't do everything, because the only smoke I get to nowadays is the protection work thing. But if you truly believe in the breed and you truly believe all them books and all them magazines you read, they will tell you this dog can do anything any other dog can do plus whoop them. So if it can do wall climb, you okay with that? And it can do weight pulling, you okay with that? And it can do lure courses, you okay with that? You know, you okay with changing that purpose because it's something you feel like you can do. But when it comes to that training stuff, then brothers want to have an opinion, you know. And I'm like, I bet you they knew how to train, it wouldn't even be a problem, bro. It really wouldn't be a problem. So the biggest misnomer is the uses for the dog, bro.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that, man. I agree. And I never thought about it like that. And that's a great point. I ain't never thought about that, bro. People, they complain about certain things because they can't do it that easy.
Yeah.
It's not just something you can just go outside and do it. You got to put some effort into it. You know what I'm saying? And the only stuff they complain about is the stuff you got to put the effort into. You know, they don't complain about none of the simple stuff. You know, anything that's simple, you can just go out there and do it with your pit. They don't complain about it. Something that's gonna take a little bit of timing and some work and some repetition or anything, they complain about it. But let me ask you this: you did say you trained the mallard you had a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now who did you find was the easiest to train between him and Saki?
Oh man, hey, look, that Malawa, bro, that mud like putting on autopilot, man. Yeah, I got bored. I got bored. I genuinely, and when you started training on anime, I said I know exactly what he's going through because by the time that Malawa was a year old, I had done everything I knew to do with him. You know, I was like, let me buy another dog. That's really what happened. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Now, someone said a thing like autopilot. Now, you a dog movie man when it comes to like movies and stuff?
I would like to think I am, man, but I'm gonna see what you're gonna ask me before I answer that question.
I'm just gonna say, what movie would you recommend or something like that? You know, for the brothers and sisters out there.
So, Old Yeller Dogs. I think Old Yeller is a good dog. I'm not gonna say a great dog, but that dog was a good dog, man. You know, he did everything you would want a good dog to do. Call of the Wild, White Fang, even the Little Rascals. You know, having Petey in there was a good example of the real nanny dog. You know,
when you say Call of the Wild, you talking about the old version or the new one?
The old version, yeah, the old version, yeah. You know, where he fought the wolf and all that stuff. But yeah, man. And I think you had mentioned a good movie on here a couple weeks ago. It wasn't Balto. What's the other dog name? Togo. Yeah, Togo.
Yeah, I love that movie, man. I love that movie, man. When I first seen it, boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, dang, that's, you know, and then it's a true story. That's what makes it good. When I'm like, dang, boy, especially you seen the movie?
Yeah. And Hirsch, I hate to interrupt you, bro, but there's one other movie I want to throw in there, and I want to see if you've seen it because it's a hood movie. They only used to have it like Blockbuster and Movie Max and stuff, man. It's called Ghetto Dog.
Yeah.
You know, they got Ghetto Dog 1 and 2. Yeah.
Now I've been looking for Ghetto Dog 2 on like the streaming sites like Tubi and stuff like that, but I can't find part 2. I can only find part 1. I done seen part 1. You know, they got the dogs from South Carolina.
Yeah. And they look like young dogs.
who the dog's supposed to be coming from? You know, which old school dog man they supposed to be getting them from or something like that. But yeah, I seen that. That's a pretty good movie, man. I was trying to find part 2 to see that. I haven't seen part 2 yet.
It don't follow the same storyline. It's a whole different storyline. Yeah, it's a whole different storyline. Yeah.
You seen that? You seen the movie Walk of Pain?
I ain't seen that one, bro.
You might want to check that one out. That's a pretty good one. It's a local old school dog man that's supposed to be in the cast. You know, I seen that on the thing on the Google thing. I read up on it, and it's supposed to be local old school dog man. That's all they say, local. They don't say what what state they actually was living in. They just say local. Walk of Pain, but he took a Jocko dog, and he basically gotta take that dog and win matches to get his daughter back because his wife's saying he gotta pay a certain amount of money to get his daughter because they separated. And she one of them I need money type women, and you ain't getting your daughter. You can't see her unless you pay me this. You know, so she said, you can have your daughter. You pay me this whole amount right here. So that's kind of what the storyline go off of. You know, and he was rolling them things, and it's kind of, you know, in detail. You know, it's kind of in detail. It's a pretty good movie.
I thought Fresh did a pretty good presentation of like some youngins getting a dog and what were they up in New York or something like that in the movie Fresh. But, they had a good looking little dog in there too, man. And you know, they got into the scene in there.
Yeah, Fresh is pretty good. I was looking for that the other day too, but I ain't never find it. I could find it. I know I could find Fresh on one of them streaming channels. Now, what has been the most common fault that you've seen in most dogs since you start doing the dog show?
Being real, a lot of people don't know how to bring a dog in looking appropriate.
Yeah.
A lot of people, what the idea is either starving them down or they bring them in too wet, too heavy, you know. And that's why I'm focusing on. I'm gonna narrow it down and do, you know, just 2 or 3 classes at a time throughout the year, but do more shows and have focuses, you know, because I don't keep my dog conditioned year round, and I don't expect other people to do either. So just a hint, you know, Hersh giving y'all free game tonight. Anytime I do a best condition show, it's always gonna be an ABBA or a APDR show coming up around that same time, so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you know. But yeah, bringing them in not looking in their best form, like, you know, having them looking right. And Hurst, I gotta give you an apology because some stuff went down last time, but they've been talking junk to you on here, and I've been sitting in the blind side. But Hurst did have his dogs in shape. For those of y'all who talking that junk online, and they look damn good. You know, they look good, and he ain't never mentioned that. But I'm telling y'all right now, live, that he had them dogs looking right for the digital dog show, and I think that needs to be said. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Now, my next thing I was about to say is us as black brothers. I think, you know, because I want to say this, and I'm not just saying this because you were saying about a dog. I actually had this lined up to say this next. I think we don't put enough emphasis in expressing how we feel about each other. We call it soft, or we call it being punkish and all that type of stuff. Like I just want to say, you know, like I commend and I admire the things that you doing and where you came up from and what you've been through in life and how you keep pushing forward, even though you younger than me and I'm older than you, you know, but I'm not gonna have too much pride to say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, I feel like that's what's wrong with a lot of us brothers. We feel like it's weak to give another brother his roses, you know, and then we want to wait till something happened to the brother, or you know, a brother unalive or something happened, and then we want to say the brother, oh, big salute to this brother, represent RIP, this and that and this and that, and we feel comfortable saying RIP and oh, I love you and all that stuff then, but it's weak to tell a brother face to face, you know, how you feel about him and all that type of stuff. So I had to say that, you know, through the ups, through the downs, that, you know, we say different things and all kind of stuff go on. You know, at the end of the day, dog, I gotta give you your props, you know, and commend you. I don't know your life story. I don't know what you've been through. Everybody's been through their own struggle, you know, but I know as a young black man, the things that we go through in general, you know, and the things that could hinder you from being where you at right now. So I'm talking about, forget the dogs. I'm talking about the dogs and everything. I like how you got Saki and all them, but I'm just talking about life in general and what you're doing. And you know what I'm saying? You know, even sometimes, dog, I hear you say you got 6 kids and stuff like that. You know, don't never say that like that ain't nothing good, no. You know, that's one thing about us black folk today too. We make it seem like that's a bad thing. You know, like back in the days, that was a normal sized family. You know what I'm saying? We to the point where we want to have 2 kids and that's what we're supposed to have, 2 to 3 kids at the most, and that's that. But at the end of the day, dog, you got a beautiful family. Keep doing your thing on both sides of the spectrum. I heard you say the other night you got about 5 of them things left. Keep doing your thing. Don't let nobody stop you from getting to where you got to get to. You're gonna still be stupid young when you finish what you're doing. You gonna have a lot of stuff. You're gonna have a long life ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, you know, put my roses out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? And say I'm proud of you from my side, from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that.
Thank you, bro, and I appreciate it, man. And being that we both from the Carolinas, man, I think it's let me say this. Let me put it like this, man. I think that our approaches are different. And I wrote a letter back when I was in college, man. I almost got me kicked out of class. I would say, I don't know if you know these names or not, but I'll just educate the brother on these names. It's the dude named W.E.B. Du Bois, right? And he was like you. He didn't bite his tongue for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't bite his tongue for nothing. And on the other side, during his time frame, his contemporary was a guy by the name of Booker T. Washington. A lot of schools in the South was called Booker T. Washington School, and they had their spats, but after they had their spats, they realized that they was attacking the same problem from opposite sides of the problem, man. And when we linked up to talk about this doing this interview, that's why I was okay, man. You know, we can, as long as the brother's still breathing, we can fix the issues and we can move forward and make it better. And that's, you know, we're taking it with dual headed, you know, a sword with blades on both sides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, let me ask you this: with Saki being, you feel like Saki, you got 2 dogs, right?
Yes, sir.
I heard you say. All right. Now, I'm quite sure Saki is one of your best dogs. You got 2. Saki be one of your best, and other best. Would you take Saki out hog hunting, or would you get dogs specifically for that? Because a lot of brothers, they wouldn't take the top dog out like that hog hunting. They get something kind of a little bit rough around the edges, a little bit kind of, you know. But at the same time, we want to see what our dogs do out there. But we it's a chance we can hurt our dog out there, you know, with a wild hog, you know, because I mean, you know, they big horns and they too much gonna do too much running, you know. Me myself, I think I would probably get something off one of my studs or something like that and take him out there, because I don't want to hurt the stud, boy. I ain't gonna lie, there's a chance he get hurt myself. But I had to ask you that, you know, because I didn't know how you feel. I know what you said, something about hog hunting one time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real with you, man. With the hog hunting thing, I'm doing a breeding between now and January, whenever she come in the heat, Kamikaze come in the heat, and I am gonna have some replacements. They'll be pure stock. I'm gonna take that pure stock and I'm gonna go run hogs with them first to learn how to do it. Because one thing I learned about my hog hunting brothers, they just like my box brothers, is they do this for a living, and they gonna put them down regardless. That's not my intention with Saki. I would deliberately take him out with cut gear on, and I would target hogs that I know he would be able to handle. Because the goal with him is not to prove how big of a hog he can get, but the goal with him is to prove I can take this dog out, I can go catch a hog and feed my family with this dog. Because some of the hog hunters, they do it for sport, but I do it for survival. So I'm not looking to go on a 300-pound hog. I'm looking for 100 pounds and less, and get in there, and I come in there with my samurai sword, and I do my thing with it as well, and it's over with. You know, I don't need him to hold him no longer than it takes for me to get there. You know, and if a 60-pounder take him out, then, you know, I think God's will has been done on his life. But I don't see no 60-pound hog taking him out.
Yeah. I agree with you with that. I don't see a 60-pound hog taking him out either.
Yeah.
Now
I could be wrong, Hirsch. I could be wrong, man. You know, because I ain't never done it before. So that's me speaking up the side of my neck on that one, bro.
Oh, I mean, you talking about a close to 50-pound dog. And a hog about 60 pounds, you know, he gonna probably run that one. The hog get in his corner, he gonna probably try to work him like any wild hog. But if he stay away from the tusk, he should be able to hold that 60 pound one because it ain't too big. He mess around, get on one of them 100 pounds, something like that. You never know. And them hogs, they can throw their weight around pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Hirsch, let me another caveat. Here in Arizona, we got a different kind of. It's not even a hog. It's like a rat. It's called a Havalina, but it resembles a hog, and it'll get the same kind of fight like a hog would, and they don't get much over 50 pounds. That's what I really want to hunt with my dogs out here in Arizona. Is them Havalinas.
Are they like they don't carry no diseases, or can you eat them, or what's what with them?
Like when I tell you, it wouldn't be no different than going after a 50-pound hog, man. The one thing they do have is they got a scent gland on the middle of their shoulders like a skunk. So the dog, if the dog hit him in that spot, man, he gonna stink for a couple weeks, man. But other than that, man, the same vaccinations you use for the hog dog, you know, your regular 5-way or 7-way or whatever you use, and your rabies vaccinations, you should be good.
Okay. Now, if you was looking for a first-round draft pick just to add to your program, you know, what catches your eye?
All right. So realistically, I got three strands that I really would want to bring into my strand, and all of them they're present in some form or fashion. But it would be Red Boy Jocko, pure sorrel or heavy sorrels influence, or or Mayday. And it goes everything from their history down to the way I just like the way the dogs look. You know,
Yeah.
just being real with you. You know, looks don't matter as much as performance, but it's a lot easier to rehome a pretty dog than it is to rehome an ugly dog.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. Now, if you can see anybody for a viral video, we talking about a viral video, you can see anybody in a bite suit, who would it be to make a viral video? I'm talking about any actors, any family, any sports player, anybody you think that'll make a viral video getting chased down and tackled by a Belgian Malinois Dutch Shepherd.
Man, that's a hard one. I'm trying to think of who my biggest hater was for the protection work stuff, man, because I really wanted to be in that suit. But just as bringing the breed forward, man, I would say like a Barack or somebody like that, somebody who who's been to the White House and could get that opinion on, you know, on a political stance and put them out there in a positive way after they had that experience.
Yeah. Now if Trump will put that suit on, boy, that'll be viral. That'll go viral, there, boy. But we know that will happen. That'll go viral. Yeah, but you're a little too old to take that hit like that. Oh, please. Now, I want to send a big shout out to American Brown Dog. That's a line of pit bull. My man be down in the chat. You know why I'm talking about, big dog. Big salute to American Brown Dog out there, man. The American Brown Dog line of the American Pit Bull Terrier. You know, I had to make that clear. You know, now, how long do you think it's gonna take to realize for folk and brothers and sisters to realize it don't take as long to have your own line? I see you saying you got your old yellow stuff. So in your, you know, whether they accept it or not, you know, you got your own line. You know what I'm saying? Them old yellow dogs, you know, and however you breed them, you know, you got the foundation, and then, you know, however you breed them or whatever, you're gonna be pure old yellow or 75% old yellow or however, you know, but you know, it's just a lot of folk don't realize it, man. That it's not as hard as it seems sometimes, especially with all this new stuff going on, all this modern day technology. You know, they can say what they want, but how many people know about sake? They can say, "Oh, we got a grand champion that we hear about on Facebook and stuff like that we hear about and this and that." Few people know about that, but how many of them know about sake? And you know what I'm saying? It's just because you putting your work in and you letting people know that this is my line, this is what I'm running. You're not like out here saying, "Oh, this is a Garner dog, this is a Garner dog." You saying this is old yellow dogs. You know, and if you want to read the pedigree, that's what they're coming down off of and stuff like that. But you're not trying to base what you're doing off of, you know, the lines that your dog is coming off of. And it's like you didn't wait to you got sake 4 generations of breedings and all that stuff like that, or you know, you doing it right now because you feel like these are your dogs, they represent you, and it's basically plain out simple, it's your line. You know, if I get a dog from you right now off them dogs, I can't say, oh, I can say this is Tom Garner stuff or this or that and this and that. But at the end of the day, the only reason I wouldn't say these are old yellow dogs or these are whoever you want me to call these dogs is if I'm hating or just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. Either I just don't understand or I'm hating. The man that told me what line it was, I want to call him this. You know what I'm saying? Until when brothers start, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make them realize it. When they start getting places and you say, "Oh, we got a red boy this or a red boy or G boy, Eli this," and they know that. But when you say, "Oh, I got something coming off of sake or mellow yellow or this," the folk gonna know it even more, and it's gonna shock them because they're gonna be like, "Oh, how they know it?" You know what I'm saying? And oh, these boys ain't doing this or they ain't doing that, and you know, folk got all kind of stuff to say when it comes to, you know, that dog stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to, you know, like I said, I gave you a shot earlier when I was talking about the life situation, and I really meant that. But as well, when it comes to these lines, it takes a solid person to stand tall on what they believe in when it comes to they stock and they stuff and what they gonna call it. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm gonna call it what I'm gonna call it. You either accept it or you don't. So big shouts out to you with them old yellow dogs, man. Keep it going. I'm figuring you got it from the movie Old Yeller.
Yeah, man. And because so as far as knowing your line, and I think you get this, and I think anybody who go into the game with a plan can start their line on their first breeding. Even if you, because I remember you mentioned this, even if you bought 2 dogs from the same line, once you have a specific quality you're looking for, and you find 2 dogs that can produce that. Like I think the other night you were saying, you might have predominantly a head dog, but one might come in and be a stifle dog. Okay, well, if I can breed, and my intention is to create a head dog, and I have a litter of 7, and 4 of them are head dogs, I'm moving in the direction of my line now, because that line might be known for doing all this other stuff, but now when you get them from me, I can give you a higher percentage than 50% that my dogs will do what I say they're gonna do, not what they did before me. That's when you start coming into your own line, and I don't care who dogs you're breeding. Once you start being able to call it before you see it, that's your stuff.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this: how you feel about lure chasing? Because they don't really happen in the events, but it's an event. I feel like it's real competitive. It can be a real competitive event when you look at it. Like the dog shooting down, he trying to get the lure. If he can, some dogs gonna be able to maybe try to get closer than the other dogs. How you feel about that event? And as far as and it to these dog shows, not talking about yours because you're the digital dog show, but I'm talking about the ones that you actually go in there.
So as far as the LRace, the concept, we've already seen it before with the Greyhound. The difference is you can't put our dogs out there beside each other because they can worry about a lure. But I mean, it's a good example of the fast twitch muscles and how quickly a dog can move, because everybody knows velocity. With a bullet, a 9mm gonna hit you harder than a BB gun because it's moving fast and got more mass. Same with a dog, man. You can't test in the way we used to, but you can see good examples of what the dog could do. Speaking historically, I've heard rumors of brothers or older cousins and stuff like that where they said the dogs went across there and scratched so hard that they knocked the hanger out or knocked the tooth out. And seeing a dog going after that lure gives you kind of a feel for what that kind of speed and power would look like.
Now, I heard you say one time, I was watching a video the other day that the brothers was getting into the chat down there trying to troll you about something. And my thing is, bro, you do most of your videos, you speaking on positive stuff. What could brothers be really trying to troll you about down in the chat? And I want to say this: anybody who rock with me, don't be in this brother chat with trolling him. You know what I'm saying? If you rock with me, if you rock with me, and I just don't feel like it's right because you don't do nothing, or nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? When you do your shows, you try to stay clear of a lot of mess because you say that I don't want to be messy in certain ways, and it's like, why would you have to? I guess that's saying like it's 2 little sayings. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. And then it's like, no matter how good you do something, you're gonna always have somebody that's gonna have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see you doing nothing for me to troll. If I was a troll, I don't see nothing for you doing that for me to be in your chat saying, oh, just trying to pick at you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, man, you be staying on a positive note when it ain't no positive land to stand on, big dog. And that's why I have to commend you on that, because when you look around and there's nothing positive, you keep going forward with the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who rock on me, don't do it because I don't feel like it's right. You know what I'm saying?
But let me say this, Hurst. Let's get on their heads real quick with that one, bro. Because I'm not gonna mess up your platform, but I will speak on it since you give me the opportunity to speak on it. So being real, bro, I love that they do it, man. And I tell you why. It shows you how much true hatred is in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's people that like I said one time, it's people that they don't like the way I sound, they don't like the way I look, they don't like my eyebrows, they don't like the way I smell through their computer. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, you know, they gonna be that way, man. And what it is for the real ones, you know, because I'm certain you done dealt with it. Anybody who coming up on the YouTube thing, it don't matter how positive you try to be, bro. Some people don't believe you and they ain't gonna believe. And you know what? At the end of the day, man, bro, what it does do is it gives the real ones a chance to show you where they stand at, bro.
Yeah.
It gives them a chance to show you where they stand at, man. So, you know, let them come. You know what I'm saying? Let them hate us so long as they fear us. That's why they won't come up when you drop a link in the chat. That's why they won't come up.
Yeah.
That's why they won't show you who they is, man. Because they know that with that attitude, they mess around and get themselves really, really hurt in real life, bro. And so I laugh at them because they fearful. And God didn't create a spirit of fear. So I know they ain't of the Lord, man. You know, and that's just being real, bro.
Got you on that, man. Got you on that. Now let me ask you, man. Do you mind if I ask you your housebreaking method when it comes to housebreaking a puppy?
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. I use my pit bulls the same way I use my Malinois, man. And typically they are crated or kenneled unless they are working or with me. My dogs don't roam freely. Now, that's a good question for my partner Big A, because he got one dog. So his dog has been trained to lay on the pillow in the corner. My dogs don't do that, man. My dog, if my dogs ain't actively working, they'll come in here and tear every window blinds in this house down. They'll rip up the covers, they'll tear up the couches, you know, just being real, you know. So don't get it twisted with this internet stuff, man. When I'm training, that's a training session. You know,
Yeah.
These dogs are bulldogs, they want to put their mouth on something all the time. If I'm watching them and I'm actively there, yeah, but I wouldn't leave out the kitchen or leave out my living room and leave that dog unattended because they're gonna tear some stuff up, bro. So for me, I don't have a good answer for you for how to housebreak them, but my partner Big A would. You know, he's the housebreaker. Yeah.
And I want to right now, while I'm thinking about it, I want to send a shout out to the whole Samurai crew while we're doing this. Big shout out to everybody in the Shogun crew. You know, now let me ask you, man, what's the major difference in the Arizona heat and the Carolina heat?
Oh, bro, the shade. So y'all and us, because when I was there, man, you can be out there and it could be 89 degrees, and in the shade it's 89 degrees.
Yeah.
Out here in AZ, man, it can be 114 if you stand in direct sunlight, but I can go in my garage and it'd be 80 degrees in the garage because it's like when they say it's dry, the heat is dry heat. You know, the difference too is wind. So if you're driving your car on the East Coast and you roll your windows down and you're on 95, it'll help you get that hot air out your car. Out here, because the air itself is hot, you roll that window down and your car gonna get hotter because you just blowing hot air in your car. So here's the difference. And for those of y'all brothers who was real back in the day, if you didn't know that and it was your first time out here, you could catch an L just off of that. You know, you really could.
Now, let me ask you this. Okay, what can I do in the Carolinas if I'm coming to Arizona for treadmill race? Is there anything that I can do in the Carolinas to get my dog in better shape?
Yeah, man. So I would, for me,
or it's even possible to get that kind of climate from anywhere in South Carolina or some type of controlled climate.
Yeah, I would do this, man. And I'm probably gonna piss some people off, but this is true. So you know them little masks that get you if you want to run, it's called an altitude mask, and you can put it on and you can change the little thing out on there. I would get a muzzle and tape it off throughout the keep.
Yeah,
because the air is thinner up here. We are almost 9,000 feet above sea level. We got y'all about 5,000-6,000 feet. So your dog literally not gonna carry the same oxygen out here as they would there. If I come back east right now and I was to run a race, I'm gonna breathe better than somebody coming out here. That's why Denver kills people at home. You know, the Broncos.
So if you coming here won't affect you like me coming there.
Yeah, absolutely. To the point where the military, if you come from the East Coast to here, they give you 42 days to get ready for your PT test. But going back east, you know, so they don't give you that. They don't give you that same amount of time going back there because of the altitude difference. So the military has even recognized that there is a difference in training here and training there. But like I said, with that muzzle, if you start adding tape to that muzzle, I would never completely tape it off because that's just, you know, but I would slowly, you know, constrict how much air that dog can take in while he's breathing with that muzzle on, because that's what it's going to feel. If you come out here right now and you walk up my stairs in my house, you're going to be out of breath. But if you stay here for a month, you know, you'll be used to it. And it's the same concept. Yeah.
Got you on that. I got you on that. Now, you ever been out there like in the desert with your dog? Right? No, out there and just
Yeah.
let run loose out there?
Yeah, man. On my way here from Texas, man, we stopped in New Mexico. And this is some stuff I don't really put on the internet, but it's really happened. And I let Saki out to use the bathroom because normally he'll come back, man. But I guess the new smells and the new environment, bro, this Joker took off in the desert, bro. Took off. We on I-20. This Joker took off. And I'm sitting there like, I'm literally about to be hurt because I'm like, man, this is my stud. You know, this is one of the 2 dogs I chose to bring with me to take out.
You couldn't see him no more?
Yeah, like he was gone, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but dust and cactus. And I looked at my wife like, look, babe, I'm gonna give him. We don't have to sit here till you know, so I can get him. Because I didn't even put. He trained so good, I didn't even put the e-collar on him. You know, but it was just too much. You know, just too much smells, just too different of an environment. And finally, I guess he got tired of stuff, man. He came on back to the car. And I looked at him like, man, never again, bro. You know, but that was the first time. But since we've been here now, we go on walks in the desert and the cactus forest and all that stuff all the time now. So it's nothing for him. You know, he's used to it.
Wasaki is he the type of dog you can get on the dirt bike with, or will he try to grab the tires?
If I don't size him up, you know, if I don't get him, you know, all that, he'll just run beside me. You know, he gonna be excited. It really helps if I go to new places when I do that.
Yeah.
You know, now, if I go to somewhere he used to, he get bored and he know the smells, he know where yards the dogs are barking and stuff like that. He might start messing around with the tires and stuff because he bored and he's comfortable. But when you go out on that new trail, he using that nose and taking it all in because he don't know it like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, you got anything on the ground right now?
Nah, man. We chilling right now, bro. Like I said, we got on my website. I just updated it and I put it on my Facebook too. We got a planned breeding Saki de Kamikaze. There'll be 1 male and 1 female available to the public. Everything else can stay in the camp so we can evaluate it. This will be our 4th generation, and we're gonna take it and evaluate it and make sure that we can lock in those traits from 4 generations. You know, they can all be trained. They all feel about the same on the bike sleeve. You know, different things like that. One thing I've learned about my females from the last 3 generations is off of every litter, all the females come in heat about a week from each other. So I can call one of my partners, one of the females, and be like, your dog in heat, mine in heat, you know, check her. And then if she not already in heat, the next week she'll be in heat, you know, very, very consistent heat cycle, 6 month heat cycle. You know, just things like that. Traits that when you buy a dog, I can tell you what you're gonna get. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, man, I appreciate you rocking with me tonight, man. I don't got nothing else really to ask you. I know when I hit the stop recording button, I'm gonna probably think of 10 more questions I want to ask you or something like that, man. But I'll put something together for another interview. Like I said, I appreciate you, man. You giving me your time tonight, and giving these brothers and sisters some insight on certain things, and you know, just asking the questions that, you know, I felt like I wanted to ask. And I hope that they answer some of the brothers and sisters' questions out there, you know, that may have had some questions. I'm quite sure we'll get some questions down in the chat to my brothers and sisters. If you got more questions that you want me to do on another interview or something, or vice versa, if brothers want to ask me some things, you know, let me know, and so I can put myself in, you know, in place the right place. You know, if you want to do interviews or anything, man, like I tell anybody, man, we all do shows. That's why I was asking you when I asked you about the interview, you know, when you be free, because we all be online. We all do different shows, different times of the day and all times of the night. And then like you live on the West Coast, I'm on the East. So at 9 o'clock, it's about 6 o'clock where you at. And, you know, so times is different. And I just try to make sure, man, that I'm not interfere with nothing that you got going on or the next person got going on with certain things, especially when I'm trying to interview you, because I just want it to be comfortable, your comfortable time, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it, man, and I got you know, my answers for the questions that I asked you. And like I said, I hope these brothers and sisters out here appreciate good dog talk when they get it, you know, and Just keep doing your thing, man. Keep representing for the positive, staying on the positive. I know it get wicked out here all the time, you know, but it's kind of like, you know, I'm gonna put it like this. You know, a person can be rich and they can have all the money, but there's other things that money can't buy that they wish they could have. You know, they wish they can just walk through the store and just be regular. You know, some of your superstars I'm talking about. Some of the simple things in life, you know, they wish they could do. And it's like, man, you know, folk look at things different sometimes, man. I be wanting to do my shows, dog, and do interviews like I'm doing now, and just lay back and just chill and that type of stuff. See, this interview may get a lot of views, then it may not get a lot because we ain't up here arguing about certain things. And a lot of times it be the messy stuff, like you say, you're not trying to be involved in. And I totally agree with you on that. That's why I'm starting me another page, dog. And I'm doing this interview might even be on that page as well. I may drop a few. No, I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it for the Pelican Bay page. I may drop it on this next day or so, but it's gonna be on that other channel as well, man, because I gotta have interviews and I want to do interviews with brothers where it's not really all the way pertaining to dogs all the time, because there's a lot of people can learn things in life that can help them with the dogs. You know, the same way you were saying about making better people by making better dogs and stuff like that. You know, it can be something that don't really have nothing to do with dogs that somebody might hear somebody say on an interview or something that might help them in life. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, little do a lot of brothers know, he might be a brother with 500 subscribers or a brother with 200 subscribers, and he thinking his channel not big enough. He you know, he not the one, but little he know he might be saying something on his channel that help a lot of folk out. You know what I'm saying? It just mentally wise, you know. And brothers, like, it's crazy in this dog game, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's crazy in the dog game. I don't really know why it's so much. Well, I know why, but I'm gonna say I don't know why so much testosterone that be floating around to the point where I say, like, brothers can't be just humble and chill with each other. You know what I'm saying? It seemed that way, like, oh, I may be starting this, or this people may be starting that, or, you know, when it's like nobody can just say, oh man, his bloodline is shit. Oh, his bloodline is shit. Or his bloodline, yeah, that those some good dogs there. Everybody gotta discredit this and say this is the one. You know what I'm saying? This is the one. And that's basically how the whole dog game is, man. Especially like with this YouTube thing, is like, you know, even if brothers don't see when we beef with each other, it causes problems with everybody. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because it gets to the point where we stop getting on schedule. We start getting to where we drop videos any and every time. Now you got a brother who might be just starting, who might be got his own little zone where he's doing it at his own little certain time, and he got his own little crowd starting to come. But then them same people watch all of our shows half the dang on time. So if we conflicting with each other and we going on the same times, you know, it's like we damn near competing with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like we hurt even though I may have more subscribers than one man. If I know I'm going live during the same time, you, J-Bo, any of them other brothers, Fat Bill, anybody else going live, I'm putting myself in a situation to get less viewers. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the viewers gonna be over there watching them boys. And it's just about calculating timing and having the right timing to, you know, to do certain things, man. And, you know, it just this YouTube thing, wicked, man, and you do a great job on staying positive, man, and keeping your folk around you on a positive note, like the Shogun crew and the boys. I commend you on that, because you keep everybody head level, man, and doing what they supposed to be doing, and to keeping the team strong. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Boosie said it one time, or one of them brothers said it. You know, the whole team got to be strong. So if one person fall off, you know, everybody else the crutches. You know what I'm saying? You the crutch. You ain't gotta. You ain't never falling off because he on. And if he fall off, he ain't off because the next man on. So we always on. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, man, it just gets so wicked in this dog, man. It seems like jealousy take over. You know, our egos take over with everybody. We got too much pride when it comes to certain things. We don't like to apologize. We don't like to, just come to amends about things, man. It's like this dog community, and there's only certain brothers doing it. You don't see certain other brothers doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't look at that. We don't pay attention to things. I can assassinate Buck. Buck can assassinate me on the YouTube. I can assassinate Fat or next brother. But who we gonna have to watch when we do all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Only reason I do certain things, man, because I'm just reacting off certain things. Me myself, I always tell brothers, I'm not too big to call a cease or anything. I'm not too big to say I got enough of this. Because at the end of the day, dog, you get tired of all that stuff, man. You get burnt out, all that stuff. You get tired of it, and it's to the point where I just be like, I love to do my podcast, and that's why I keep saying about the sports and all that. I love dogs, but I don't love arguing. I love talking about my whatever I'm gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? Growing my podcast from how I'm gonna grow it. And just chilling and being comfortable, man. And sports, and you're gonna probably have people want to argue no matter what topic you're talking about. But that's the only reason I be kind of wanting to weed away from the dog sometimes, man, because I just want to chill, man. I'm to the point now, I just want to relax, chill, do my joints, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to, go through all that crazy stuff, man. It don't be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Stress kill you faster than a bullet, man. You know what I'm saying?
Can I cut you off real quick, Hirsch, and say this?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, and this gonna help a lot of those new guys just starting out, because you and I are pretty close in our class to getting on YouTube. But you go through the phases. You get your phase where people start following you, and then you get your phase. You get your first real hater. You get your phase where you kind of get over that 1,000, 1,500, whatever mark you get over. And it's like being in the box. It's like being a box dog. Every time you do that, man, you might not want to get mad. It'd be a lot to say I don't get mad sometimes. You might not want to get mad, but like you were saying with the stress thing, bro, after you done scratched into everybody, you done proven yourself, cut your teeth how you cut your teeth. It's just like the old school game dog, man. A grand champion ain't occurred because he retired. He retired because he done showed you what he can do. You know what I'm saying? What else he got to do? He done won 9 matches, bro. And that's what's going on with this YouTube thing, bro. And so when I tell you I understand, nobody else ain't gonna understand it unless they put themselves in that shoe, bro. And a lot of them are not gonna attract enough attention to put themselves even in that position, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. So when I just say that all the time. I understand, bro, and it ain't easy. For all of y'all who think it's easy, it ain't easy, man. It ain't nothing like going to work pissed off. Can't even communicate at work because I'm mad about something somebody done said on the internet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't easy.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you rocking with me tonight, man. I'm not gonna hold you up here too much longer, man. Anything you want to leave them brothers and sisters out with before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. I just want to say, man, thank you to Pelican Bay and everybody who be there, man, because a lot of your people do come over there and they represent hard on the channel, man, and they be over there, you know what I'm saying, with they blaze out and they defense tight, just like the rest of the Shogun crew. As far as everything goes with us, man, we good from my side of the table, bro. And like I said, when I said 2 or 3 months ago when all that stuff went down, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm minding my business. But if anybody need help and they genuinely need help or they want to collaborate, I'm a YouTube content creator. You know what I'm saying? I'm a content creator first. And if we can't get money together, we get money separate. It don't matter one way or the other. But I would rather collaborate. 3 years ago when I started, I said the greatest thing we could all have would be have a panel and you see all the channels that y'all follow on there. All them top 10 channels to be on my little top 10 video. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice, even if we was beefing, to have a moderator come on there, you know what I'm saying, once a year. And maybe we do get our rocks off and leave it right there. Get our rocks off and keep it moving.
Hey, that's a good idea. I don't know who channel you can do it on, but at least once or twice a year, all the YouTube channels get on that one time. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good idea. And this, whatever you feel at that moment, however you feel, it shouldn't be no reason that somebody leave the panel not knowing how you feel. In particular.
I'll give you this one too, Hirsch. let me shout out my team, man. I'd be wrong if I get up here without shouting out my team, man. Shout out to Big A, Soul, Solo, Big Hill, JT, 601, and even M1. You know, shouts out to all them brothers, man. And but let me say this: Big A had this idea a long time ago. You ever heard the Barstool Sports people on YouTube?
No.
Okay, so Barstool, what it is a bunch of comedians and drink champs and all them. You know, the $1 million worth of game with what's the boy name? Wallow and them. They got it set up where it's all released through the same network. So I would love to on a Saturday morning get up, you know, and maybe the smaller channels start off Saturday morning at 6 a.m. And basically on a Saturday you roll through it. And the big dogs, you know, the bigger channels, you know, 6, 7 p.m. at night, you got a whole day of just dog talk. You know what I'm saying? You can't get through that in a Saturday. But what would happen is we would just lock it down. So basically it would be what's what I'm looking at? Not like the mafia, but you know, with all the channels, with all the followers we got, basically we would cross-pollinate all of our followers, cross-pollinate like that, man. And we would get more bread together than we would alone. But whether it happened or not, man, it's just something I want to put out there, and I'm glad you allowed me to use your platform to put that out there. That's something that could be available if we could just, you know, I don't care about putting differences aside. If we could just realize that the money is the motive, you know, we reach our people however we reach our people, but the money is the motive. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I agree with you with that, man. And like I said, man, y'all brothers and sisters, y'all stay safe out there. I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight, man. Samurai Kennel in the building, PBK9s in the building, giving it to you fair and cut, raw and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay legal out there, and we out.
Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decision that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese, and I'm saying niggas should be around there, won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad,